Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Tuesday, May 17th, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. Heads up for everybody, tomorrow is normally a TFCC call. We won't be having one. I have a birthday, so I'm just going to take a little break. We will have a reverse aging health call on Friday, and then we'll continue with the Time for Change calls next week from this a week. When we discover that our life is what our thoughts make it, when we actually discover this in our own way, we have always been and will always be amazing, supreme being manifestors who have the power to instantly and effortlessly materialize any desired outcome into the physical world. The key words here are always, instantly, and effortlessly. Always, instantly, and effortlessly. If any efforting or new training were required to become a natural manifest, it wouldn't be supernatural, and would just be another experience in this life that would come and go. The truth is that as long as we have a body and a mind, we have the power to manifest anything into the physical world. There is no need for another moment of suffering to occur for any of us to realize this deeper truth inside. Who we really are is beyond the physical world, which is what enables us to manifest anything in it. We come from the unmanifest, that is pure, unlimited, divine potentiality. We are naturally a soul permanently and forever. We are naturally a soul permanently and forever. For eternity, to infinity and beyond. This spiritual essence is the core truth of who and what we will always be. There is nothing we can do to change this, nor anything we can do to turn off the natural manifesting powers that come with this body and mind we are inhabiting. Experiencing yourself as a natural manifesting being in your everyday world can be easier and more enjoyable than you think. In fact, each moment is another direct doorway to exploring the divine understanding within you and all around you. What could be more enjoyable than that? This inner and outer exploration of the divine is what makes your entire journey on Earth worthwhile, and will provide more evolutionary progress for your soul than anything else you could or should be doing here. The secret to manifesting what you really want in this life comes from shifting into this higher spiritual frequency of thinking and consciousness. When you are vibrating with joy, enthusiasm, love, and trust, you will automatically attract things, situations, and people that resonate at this higher frequency. High vibrations attract even higher vibrations, and so on. Whatever your attention goes, wherever it goes, is where energy flows. You do not always need to be aware of this process for it to work. You ever been in a situation where something just all of a sudden shows up and you go, man, I wasn't expecting this. This is phenomenal, because you weren't expecting it. Simply put, whatever you're thinking about, whatever it is what is being manifested, moving energy into form and creating it into reality. That's manifesting. You are always manifesting something. All of us are. Whether it is a compulsive worrying habit, an intimate relationship, your next meal, or world peace, whatever you think about will grow and become your experience more frequently down the road. Now, the big question is, are you clear about what you want to manifest and what you don't want to manifest? Are you clear? Or are you foggy? We are all born with this innate ability, every one of us, ability to materialize thoughts into physical form, and we can improve upon this gift by learning how to harness the power of the mind. All that is needed is total surrender to the idea, feeling, and experience of what you want to manifest, as if it is already here now. Instantaneous manifestation occurs when you can hold this sensation and continuously release the emotional negativity and resistance to having it be real. When there is zero resistance, total openness to the infinite possible ways it can happen, and a deep knowingness that your desired outcome has already manifested on some level for you in the here and now. Then it has to manifest for you instantly. This may seem impossible. A lot of people say, forget that. It might seem ridiculous or miraculous. Yet, it is and as natural as the warmth from the sunshine above. So just surrender to it all. Sit back and enjoy the ride. In other words, don't fight the current. The energy of trust is one of the greatest manifesting energies any of us can harness. It will propel you faster and easier into the life of your dreams. Right now, imagine you have a trust meter in the middle of your chest. It measures your trust in yourself and this universe and has a scale on it that goes from 0% to 100%. How much do you trust life in this moment? You ever ask yourself that? How much do you trust life in this moment? Randomly throughout every day this week, check your body's trust meter and notice where it's at. Check inside to see where your trust levels are at and practice feeling trust all through your body. Practice trusting in the perfection of life in each moment until your trust meter reaches 100%. The goal is to live every day of your life with your trust meter relaxed and resting at 100% all the time. No matter what occurs, devote the next 7 days of your life to seeing how high your body, mind, can vibrate at on the trust meter. Do everything you can. Imagine everything that you can imagine that feels peaceful, healing, and exciting to your soul. Do what will bring you more trusting energy and trust that everything that occurs is the right thing to occur. When you devote your life to growing this trusting feeling, then life will devote itself to growing its trust in you. When you devote your life to growing this trusting feeling, then life will devote itself to growing its trust in you. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. Relax them, head to toe, inside and out. How do we do that? The breath. The breath, no other way but the breath. People have tried all kinds of ways to relax the body, but it's short-lived. The breath, the power of the breath. Easy in through the nose, slowly. Easy out through the mouth, slowly. The breath is power. It's divine positive energy. Where does it really come from? The energy to produce the breath comes from the God within, amongst other things. You ever notice when you get frustrated, stressed, hurried, excited? You've seen this, probably you've done it yourself. Focus on your breath. Take a couple of deep breaths. Relax. The breath relaxes the body. So when we focus on our breath, we move ourselves into the now. And the now is really all any of us have. We don't have the past and we don't have the future. We only have the now. It's the way it's always been. Isn't it interesting that we allow our ego minds to goad us into what? The future or the past, past, future, future, past, past, future. We've spent thousands of lifetimes in the past and the future when we enter physical form in these bodies. So what does the now do? When you're focusing on your breath and you're listening to the breath, slowly and easily in, slowly and easily out, you still the mind and the ego. You still the subconscious mind. See, the ego mind doesn't exist in the now. Never has. That's why it does everything it can to keep you either in the future or the past. It will fight tooth and nail to keep you out of the now. This is mastering the ego mind, subconscious mind, by being in the now. And what are you doing? All that mind chatter that we each have? Gone. What about the 60,000 plus thoughts that we put out to the universe every single day? Every 24 hours we put that out to the universe. Gone. We're not putting thoughts out in the now. What about all the programs, the tens of millions of thoughts, billions, that fly by like clouds in the sky all the time? They're not our thoughts. Gone. So focusing on the now, keeping ourselves in the now, is where everything shifts. You go into the God. You go within. You open the door to the room that your God is in. You. The true you. The real you. Because as we know, we are not the body. We are not the ego mind. We are not the subconscious mind. We are not our character. We're not our personality. We're not our status in this life. We're the God. Now, all of you on this meditation call, you know that the majority are asleep. They don't know how to go into the now. To them, that's boring. Say, why would I want to be in the now? I want to be in the future or the past. We want to be in the future. We want to be in the past. And isn't it funny? In the now, you are creating your future. And that's where your vibrational frequency continues to increase, in the now. Because you're not cluttered or muddled with all of this, what? Thought. Thought is just powerless. Thought is powerless. It has nothing. But you give it power. You take energy, right? You move it into form. You create it into reality. There's not 1 second that any of us are not creating. There's not 1 second that we aren't manifesting. It's just that we don't know that. And because of the lack of trust and faith we have in ourselves, we skip over it. And that's why people get surprised at things and stuff. But whatever happens in your life, you, some way, shape, or form, have manifested it. You have created it into reality. There's no, see, it doesn't come out of the clear blue. It may seem to some people, but it doesn't. You, all of us, even in this very moment, this very now, are manifesting something, creating something. You know, the statement, be mindful of your thoughts, is true. Be mindful of your thoughts. Be mindful of your feelings. Because eventually the civilization will come to a point, a pinnacle, if you will, that it will be able to know that all the parts of the one, all of us, will know that, okay, I'm going to create this right now. I'm going to manifest it right now. And poof, there it is. Or a knock on the door, there it is. Or a phone call. Or a text. Or an email. Or in a conversation. Now, if you were to look in the body that you're in, right? You're not the body. You're the God. So you look in the body and you see 7 lights. These are beautiful balls. They look like little balls of vibrant, all different colors, 7 different colors. More vibrant than the colors on this planet. Now, on this planet, they're called chakras. And the definition of chakra is wheel. These are wheels of light. They're spirit etheric energy. We are spirit etheric energy, I'm powerful. So there's nothing we don't, the gods that we are, there's nothing we don't know about these bodies. Right down to the quantum core. Well, then, why aren't we healing ourselves? Because we don't know who and what we are. That's why. And we haven't developed enough trust or faith in ourselves. You know, the trust meter? We don't trust ourselves. We don't have faith in ourselves. Not to that extent, not to 100%, not to 90%. When you doubt, you shut off the universe's responses. When you doubt, you shut them off. As soon as you begin to doubt. This is why a lot of people will say, well, how come I haven't been able to create or manifest this? Because you doubted it. There was a part that said, this won't happen. How can this happen? This is when we have expectations and attachments. And the expectations and attachments, that's ego mind. So what's the heart mind? Heart mind is that you just let it go. You have no expectations, no attachments. This is your intent. This is what, in detail, in very clear, concise detail, the one thing that you want to create. And then you just say, poof, good. It'll happen. I'm not concerned when or how or where or exact timing. Just that I know it'll happen. And you said that you wanted it to happen when? Week? Handful of days? I would like this to happen in 3 days. But see, when you do that, you don't have expectations. Many people just have the expectations of it and attachments. And then it doesn't happen because they've already blocked it by having expectations and attachments to the outcome. But the true culprit of sabotaging ourselves is our own self-faith and trust. That's what sabotages us every single time. Now, we know, once you discover the God that you are within, you'll know that you're the power of healing for these bodies. You can heal the body you're in without issue. Eventually, you'll discover it to the extent where you will concentrate, you will focus and meditate on healing the body, and it'll heal just about a blink of the eye. Now, picture yourself standing in front of three paths. You get these little paths, golden circles, right? You're standing on this golden circle and you're facing this path. And you got one on the left, which is the past, one on the right, which is future, one in the center, which is the now. And you see how the trees have formed canopies over each path. And it's shimmering gold, the leaves are shimmering gold, the bark and the branches. And the path itself is a vibrant, brilliant, emerald green flaming grass, appears to be grass. Now, you notice a few things. As you look to the left at the path on the left that is the past, you notice that it's been really used. Same with the one on the right, future. Super used. But the one you're standing on, the now, seems to be almost brand new, pristine. Why is that? Why is the path you're on, the now, doesn't even look like it's been used? Hardly. Because the ego mind, which are illusions in this body, do not care to have you go in the now. It wants to be Lord and Master, as it is over many. So it says, no, you're not going in the now. It's boring and nothing's going to be done there. So you stay with me in the past or the future. Now, we all reminisce and we all have memories, and they're spark. It could be anything. You could just be standing in line at the market and it comes over you, or taking a drive, or in conversation. But then then we reminisce. We go through these things, how wonderful it was to experience that, and how you would like to do it again. So we all have these great halls, right? And we visit them. We open a door, turn on a light, and they're so massive. This was basically our subconscious mind, which records everything. Everything and anything. Always. When we go into this hall, there's no walls. There's no ceiling. It's so vast that you can't see the walls or the ceiling. It has all the past lives. It has everything there. Now, what we do is we'll go in and we'll look at a couple of shelves and some compartments, and we'll take out some movies and we'll take out some pictures and we'll take out some books. We'll go sit in the easy chair. We'll watch some of the movies, read some of the books, and look at some of the pictures. And see how fun it is. And we may visit things that we did, it didn't work out too well. So we use them as reference. We say, okay, so I did it that way. That didn't work out too well, so I'm going to try it this way. So it's a positive interaction. But we don't stay there. We put everything back in their proper place. We turn off the light, we shut the door, and move forward in life. And then on occasion, we revisit. Now, there's some of us who stay there so long. And I don't believe it's conscious. I believe it's unconscious. They stay there so long that they end up taking the past, bring it into a future that doesn't exist, creating that future from that past, reliving that past to that future. This is why a lot of people will say no matter what we do, we always end up here. Now, we all go in the future because we're in a hurry. You know when you're in a hurry, you feel hurried. And sometimes you don't even know why do I feel so hurried? What's there to hurry about? It's not the finish that's the exciting part, it's the journey. So why are we hurrying through the journey? And the funny thing is that the journey is endless. There's just different phases and aspects of it. So we want to know. Isn't that right? We're inquisitive. We want to know. We want to know how our life's going to be in certain instances. We want answers to things. We don't like being kept in the dark, do we? So if we don't get any answers, right, we seek out answers from external authorities, tarot readers, psychics, astrology, many different forms. And so we'll sit, and the person will read the cards, and then they'll give you evaluations. Say, well, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And, well, when's this going to happen? See, we're in such a hurry. We want to know exactly everything, exact timing, how much it takes, when's it going to happen, how is it going to happen. And some of us will just kind of nod along and say, okay. And others will take it to heart. And then they'll say, oh, this is great. It's all going to happen. And it's going to happen on this date. And it's going to happen at this time. And so what happens when it doesn't? Because why doesn't it happen? Because you doubt. You don't have the trust or the faith. And it stops it. So who stops your abundance, your wealth? See, we look at things so skewed on this planet because of how we've been trained in the physical material world. It's like we've been trained, you got to go get it. Got to go get it. Got to go out there, got to get it. When we let go, surrender, increase our vibrational frequency through the now, have faith and trust, heavy duty in ourselves, be gentle, kind, generous, humble, be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude, and step aside. You'll have everything you've ever desired and then some. So you go mind sitting there saying, oh, this is just poppycock. It's not going to work. Yeah, you've tried this before. It doesn't work. Stupid. It's ridiculous. And so, it's lack of faith, lack of trust, and so people just go on their merry way, and they forget about it because they don't believe it'll ever happen for them. And a lot of people think, there's only a handful of people that can do that. No, everyone can do it. Everyone. In fact, everyone is doing it. It's just that most of us are not consciously aware that we are. Now, we're all pulled out of the now. The reason, because we're in such habit of the ego mind. But it isn't a big deal. When you're in the now, you find yourself off somewhere, floating off somewhere. You say, that's okay. I'll focus on my breath, and I'll be in the now 3,000% of the time, which is always. I'll focus on the now. It's habit, see? It's habit. And when you're used to one habit, it's not easy to eliminate that habit and start a new one. And a lot of times people won't do that because they're so attached to the old way, the old habit. Doubting, fearing, disbelieving, distrust. Now, we have pieces of ourselves, the gods that we are. Some of those pieces are stone cold asleep. They're not going to budge. We deeply love them just as much as we deeply love the parts of our God, ourselves, the gods that we are, that are awake to a certain extent, consciously aware. This is all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. This is the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yah, Yeshua, all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath him. All of our loved ones who ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes we've inhabited. All the celestials, galactics, and off-worlders. Now, the ascended masters, they have ascended into physical form. They've also mastered physical form. They've ascended out of physical form. They hold pure consciousness God form. We have ascended into physical form. We are in the process of mastering physical form. We are creating our experiences to perfect our creation. The archangels, they're a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But they're there, and they send us a lot of different messages throughout the lifetimes that we inhabit. They know that we have amnesia, right? So they send one in particular message in many, many, many different ways. And the message is, isn't it absolutely magna glorious to be alive in these bodies? How many of us practice being grateful and thankful to have these bodies? It's not bad things because we don't have any reference. We don't have memory. We don't know who and what we are outside these bodies. We don't remember what it's like to be that. Few do. It's like when we're the ball of energy, right? Ball of light. We don't eat, we don't sleep. Can't have a nice dinner. We don't make love, we don't kiss, we don't hold hands. We don't laugh, we don't cry. We don't take a walk through the park. We don't get to go hiking. We don't do any of that. We don't see through these eyes. Isn't that wild? So this is why so many of us take these bodies for granted. So many of us abuse them to the extent when the time comes, then we start saying, wow, I shouldn't have done all that. So it's like being in deep, eternal gratitude all the time, infinity and beyond. Being grateful for every single second that you, the God, are in that body to experience physical life. To taste, to touch, to feel. And by being in gratitude, what do? You increase your vibrational frequency. You also increase your trust in yourself, faith in yourself, belief in yourself, which in turn increases your vibrational frequency, which also brings you higher in the stream of abundance that the universe is sending to all of us. It's flowing, and you raise yourself to the point where it's coming right into you, saturating you, permeating you from head to toe, inside and out, infinity and beyond. When you doubt and you fear, you automatically lower the vibrational frequency and you negate your ability to manifest. But you're still manifesting. It's just that you're manifesting not receiving what you would like because you don't believe that you deserve to receive it. You see the tug of war there? And not only that, we're not aware we're doing it. We always say this, is that it's all about you. You learn on your own how to manifest because you know you already have the ability to do so. And also to create the life that you desire. You already have the ability and the power to do so. So does it make sense for us to focus on anger, frustration, fear, exasperation, doubt, lack of faith, when we can be taking that energy and putting it into positive, sustainable, higher frequency existence? You might stop yourself and say, why am I expending energy on being angry? Why don't I take that energy and put it into being positive, happy, trustful in myself, truthful, faithful in myself? Take that energy, turn it, and use it for good energy. Use it for good to increase my vibrational frequency. What can I be grateful for right in this very moment? Now, they can surround any one of us at any one time, in the tens of millions and beyond. Reason is because of their vibrational frequency, they can house a large number in a small area. Now, light energy beings, this planet, but these are in different light spectrums. With the eyes that we have with these bodies, we don't see them in these light spectrums. Red, infrared, violet, ultraviolet, super green, super blue. There's many different variants of the color spectrum. We don't necessarily, and we don't see many. But there is a group, and there's a part of that group that these bodies we're in is life dependent on. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, the magics, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, mermaid, dolphin, the whale, Pegasus, unicorn, centaur, minotaur. And because of those light spectrums, they come. And with the eyes that we have with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. But they come. Shapes, color, sizes, forms, configurations. But that one group, ask your body, can you survive without air, without water, without fire, without earth, without wood, without ether? And the answer is a big no. We, the gods, would be forced from these bodies. Who's occupying fire, water, air, soil? What energy is occupying those physical forms? The gods. Everything. It's everything. There really isn't, let's put it this way, all life is God. And all God is life. There are molecules moving, right? In any object. It has life force energy. Molecular structure, how we would probably look at it in some instances. Now, over 1,000 species and civilizations flow through this solar system alone every day. And understand we have over 160 planets in the solar system. Trillions throughout the universes every day. We're familiar with a small group, right? Off-worlders, celestials, and galactics. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Felines, Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Albion. This particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Now we view, because we're tricked to believe that you look across the street, you see a tree, you think the tree is separate from you, and you are separate from the tree. The separation is the illusion. That's what tricks this civilization all the time. So it believes that it is not one. It believes it's the body. But the tree is inhabited by God. Your body is inhabited by a God. God's experienced physical form. Now we're all gathered, I guess you could say we're all one. And we're all focused on this planet's liberation from lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, pure corrupted evil. And we're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Continues to intensify, grow, and expand. We immediately form a flaming white circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia Aria. Now, this flaming white circle of light emanates from the gods within the bodies, within these bodies. Pure, deep, eternal love. This is the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies. And it's permeating, saturating, and flooding this planet. On it, in it, above it, and below it. Infinity and beyond. There is no hiding. There is no escape of the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, and corrupted souls, and pure evil. We begin to ascend above the planet, immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. This isn't like an ocean of glitter that we would depict on this planet, but we do use visuals to describe it, come close to describing it. So we take a grand finale fireworks display, and a laser light, grand finale laser light show display, and a ballroom globe. The one that we shine light on, and it floods the light, floods the whole room. Now, these are all intensified. And they're a lot larger, 100 trillion times larger. And we add them all together into one crescendo, one massive crescendo. And in one explosion of light and color that gives us close of how we would describe the ocean of glitter. Now, we're curious, so we look at the reflective points, which are everywhere. And we notice these little tiny microscopic mirrors, perfectly edged, that we enter, and we discover that all of us, no matter what we're housed in, are teaching each other. Teaching each other, learning from each other, and an infinite and beyond journey. But a lot of us are what? In a hurry, right? Stressed and nervous and low frequency. And we are focused on the material physical world. So we don't really look at that. We just totally miss all these wonderful things along the way on this journey. A bug in the rug could teach you. You know, a spider in a web, a fly on the wall, a dog, a cat, a moose, a cow, a horse, another person, another being, clouds in the sky. I mean, there's so many things that teach us, that we learn, that we teach back. It's like you look at a tree and you say, that tree has a God. The God is within the tree to experience the tree and the physical properties of the tree, right? So the God gives the tree energy, life. There are other gods housing other physical forms that also help. And the thing that we have that the mind cannot do, see, can't wrap it, it's too small of a container. It just can't figure out how that tree, how the God within that tree and the God within these bodies is one. It doesn't compute with the ego mind. But yet, it is. But yet it is. Anything that you would like to know what it's like to be? What is it like to be a tree? What is it like to be a cow? What is it like to be a pig? What is it like to be a horse? What is it like to be a cloud? What is it like to be water? What is it like to be fire? All what you do is you focus on your breath, you move into the now, and you're in the now only. And you, for a brief period, will know exactly what it's like to be in any of those physical forms. All of us have this ability. It isn't secluded to a few. It's for all of us. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we, the gods that we are within these bodies, are the power of healing. We're then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We're then met with the white fire. This is a column of light we created to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with white fire armor. Nothing like the armor on this planet, way beyond. This white fire armor emanates from the God source. You, me, all of us, which is pure, deep, eternal love. Now, nothing can penetrate it. No demon possessions, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. Nothing. They can't come close to us when we're at that vibratory frequency because they would vanish, they'd vaporize. They know it and they stay away. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency, consciously or unconsciously, low enough, through hatred, anger, greed, revenge, envy, fear, sorrow, all of those things, you will lower your vibrational frequency low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor to allow all lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies come flooding in. Then you do have possibilities of demon possession, attachments, all kinds of things. If you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. We created this double column of light. The first part of this column of light is the purple transmuting flame. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute and neutralize all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, send them to pure consciousness where they are, no more, permanently. We're then met with the second part of the column of light, the violet ray. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony, the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that we created, the gods that we are within these bodies, to remind us all that we are the sun, the sunlight, rain, the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the trees, the forests, the animals, the soils, the clouds and the skies. We're everything. Everything is us. Always has been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. So the next time you see something that you would say, that's absolutely beautiful, and you'd be right, because it is you, the God within that body. So when you see through the heart-mind, not the head, not the ego-mind, but when you see that, a mountain view, a sunset, a sunrise, an ocean front, and you'll say to yourself, that is the God that I am. That is the God we all are. There's a shift that occurs. And you'll know you're doing it from the heart-mind because you will be in the heart-mind. You won't be in the head. The head is the ego-mind. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us who are carrying physical form decide to step out of physical form, hover effortlessly above it. The reason we do this is because it's absolutely a riot, it's fun, and we can. We come into full view of a massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system and beyond. In the center of the column, we discover this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere, we see this brilliant golden white bowl of light. It, in turn, is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light that seem to go to infinity and beyond. This, in turn, creates this super bright, white, glittering, flashing, reflective cloud. It is absorbed in through our heart mind, right through the chest. It feels like a warm embrace that never ends. We discovered that the golden white bowl of light is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes gratitude, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, massive prosperity, massive abundance. And we then understand that all of this is a reflection of the gods that we are within these bodies. We created the top of this column so that the golden ocean can come cascading down 24/7, infinity and beyond. And what is a golden ocean? Saturating, permeating, and flooding this planet on and in and above and below it, and all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. The golden ocean is deep, pure, eternal love, the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies. And we, each of us, all of us, are drops of this golden ocean. we also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops. Drops are the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. And we see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We all created this sphere over 4 years ago. It holds almost 1,900 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds of millions of us on and off world, consciously aware, focused on this planet in its complete liberation from pure, dark matter, evil, corrupted souls, period. And all those meditations, every day, 7 days a week without fail, sometimes a couple times a day. This intensity has shifted this planet, period. And we are creating a God planet paradise, where every step we take, we are creating paradise, literally. We are God in the body. God, heaven, body, earth. We are a planet that glows. In fact, it glows so profusely that you could take 1 trillion suns and group them all together, and they would pale in comparison to our light. Over 8 billion humanoid forms inhabited by gods, and all the other physical forms inhabited by gods. Huge, massive. That's why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify, and this is why it continues to expand. Now you can see it, you can tap into it through your heart minds. You can see this atmosphere that all around you of this golden white pink clear light. It's like an illumination. And you can see all of the corrupted souls, lower dark matter, survival matter frequency, AI, goop, vaporizing. It's literally like steam coming out of a pot. It's vaporizing, leaving the planet. Everywhere you look, you can see it. And it is blacker than the blackest black that you've ever laid your eyes upon. And it continues to ascend. As it ascends, it becomes less and less and less into this golden white pink field. And then in the sky, you see that the sky is this brilliant white, golden, pink light. So any remnants of the debris of the dark matter that hits that sky, it's like flash bulbs going off. It's like flashes hitting the sky, because the remnants of this pure lower dark matter, survival matter frequency, pure evil, corrupted souls, is vaporizing. It is no more. It isn't gone anywhere. It is just completely no more. The goal of the spiritual path is to become fully conscious. This means to explore what is unconscious or hidden from your plain view. For today, allow whatever you don't want to look at or see within rise to the surface and be seen, felt, heard, and loved. Get out a piece of paper and pen and continue writing whatever feelings arise to the surface. Don't stop writing for 30 minutes, even if it's the same words over and over. Continue letting go of whatever is inside you on the paper, releasing it from the unconscious mind. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy, slow breath in through the nose. And an easy, slow breath out the mouth. Be still. What area of your life do you most need to create something completely new? Often we get hung up on avoiding the material world because we assume it is not spiritual. Yet, how will we feel when we follow through and complete that one task that we are avoiding doing? This is about being at peace with yourself and your life as it is. Do that one thing today that you've been avoiding doing. This will allow you to be a new person whose mind is calm, bright, and completely at ease. Don't wait. Do that one thing that will put your mind at ease right now. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night and the following morning. And we will return here Wednesday, May 18th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guidance.